Hi. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hi.
Hello.
On behalf of David, we're sorry.
All right. Hi. So we're the brothers Jacokes.
Oh.
Hello, world. And we're going to improvise a little show for you. David was going to get a suggestion, so I'm going to assume if we ask for it, he will still tell us what it is, and if not, we will make improv magic happen. So to get us started, can we get the suggestion of a location, of anything that is impossible to drive to? How's it going, Pete?
Good. I haven't improvised in 5 months.
Oh, I do it every day.
I figured now would be a good time to do an international improv festival.
I think it checks out.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, we are the brothers Jacokes from just outside of Detroit, Michigan, here on a super hot Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
And in a moment, once we have our suggestion, we're going to go on a little road trip. And whatever country you're watching this in, assume we are driving on the right side of the road for where you live, regardless of what it looks like. Hooray!
Okay.
Let's go into the universe?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
And away we go. You keep laughing, but we're going to make it, man.
There's no edge, dude.
Everything has an edge.
Look, no, Earth doesn't.
Sure it does.
Nope.
That's what the plates are.
It's a globe, dude. It's a circle.
Yeah, but it's full of cracks. You take away all the water and the animals and the trees and stuff, and it's stitched together like a Franken planet.
No, that's. Come on, man.
Well, every planet is like 7 or 8 different planets smashed together. Everyone knows that. There used to be 33 planets in our galaxy.
That's not true.
I mean, it's not true. The Great 33?
Impossible. That's impossible. You made that up. That's not a thing.
The Great 33. It went from the Big Bang to the Slightly Awkward Touch to the Big 33.
So our galaxy is a bracket system.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Every galaxy is a bracket system.
And then we're gonna hit the Sweet 16. So
and then
what are we now at the nifty 9?
We're at the nifty 9. Well, I mean, Pluto just got knocked off. It was a real heated between Pluto and Uranus, and Pluto lost. So we're down to 8. I mean, this is the quarterfinals of the great
of existence.
The quarterfinals. It sure feels like it, doesn't it?
It really does. It does, in fact. So I guess this is a good enough time to go to the edge of the.
Yeah, I mean, we'll dip our toe in, and we'll turn right back around.
Dip our toe in what?
Well, it's like going to the ocean. You know, you don't always have to go in the ocean to go to the ocean. You just got to put
what are we dipping our toe in?
The edge
of the universe. Then there's nothing there. So we're dipping our toe in nothing.
Come on, you're starting to sound ridiculous. It's not like there's a wall there. It's a drop-off.
And then what's beyond it?
The edge. Have you been listening? 33 planets. We're down to...
Unfortunately, I've been listening this whole time.
Well, we go right up to the edge. We dip our toe in the unknown. Hopefully there's no space jellyfish.
Yeah.
Because, we don't want to burn. And then we'll just come right back. I mean, it's just a quick spin to the edge of the universe.
Man, if we're going all this way, I want to go swimming in the empty nothingness of the universe.
But Okay, did you bring your dark matter trunks? For swimming in the dark matter?
I didn't. No, I didn't bring my dark matter trunks.
What?
Also, what would the trunks do?
Well, they would protect you from the dark matter, I assume. It's a
Right,
lot of theoretical swimming.
Yeah, but it would have to be a full dark matter bodysuit. Because if it was just shorts, what about the rest of me?
I don't know. When you go swimming, do you wear something all over your whole body?
Yeah, no, but if dark matter is so bad that I have to wear specific clothing, don't you think it should be a full body suit?
Only if you're going under the dark matter. Like, are you going to put your head under?
Well, if we're going all this way...
Oh, man, I hadn't even thought about that. Well, I guess we should probably stop.
This is a journey, and if we're going to invest all this time into it, then yeah, I'm gonna want to go swimming in whatever is at the edge of the universe.
Okay, no, I guess
and at least get a coffee mug.
Okay, well, I appreciate how quickly you've swung around to my side, and now I think we're all in.
If this is what we're doing, I'm going. I keychain, coffee mug, maybe a T-shirt, depending on how much they cost.
All right, well, then I guess we'll need some dark matter snorkel gear. And the thing is, once you get close to it, there's trinket shops every which way.
I would hope so.
So I'm sure we could even rent a dark matter suit.
Trinket shops.
Trinket shops. Curios?
Souvenirs.
Curios.
Souvenirs.
Doodads?
Souvenirs.
Tchotchkes.
I'm not saying that.
Well, okay, it's a normal word. It's not offensive. It's just tchotchkes.
I don't like it.
Okay, well, that's fine.
I don't like that word.
Fine, then we'll stop saying it.
Okay.
All right? Fine, no more tchotchkes.
Stop it.
That's the last one.
Okay.
Tchotchkes. Look, if we're renting a suit, it's not a souvenir anyway, all right? It's like renting a paddleboard or a canoe or something. It's just...
You wouldn't want to buy your own dark matter shorts?
Do you really think we're ever coming back?
Well, if it's fun.
That's just a long drive. I mean...
Well, yeah, but you're the one who wanted to go this long drive and then just dip our toe.
So you want to go spend...
I want to experience.
$800 on your own dark matter suit?
Whoa! How much?
$800.
I didn't. That can't be right.
No, it's true. It's true. Space is very expensive.
All right.
That's why we're only the second car ever to be in it.
Yeah. You know what the first one was?
Tesla.
Okay, well then we're technically the third car.
Ooh, the third. What's the first?
From Mom and Dad Save the Planet.
Mom and Dad Save the Planet?
Yeah.
Jeffrey Jones and Terry Garr?
Yeah. And John Lovitz.
Wow. Thank God I saved that in my brain.
Yeah. I just watched it before we went on the trip.
Oh, yeah. Does it hold up?
Yeah. No.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
I read something about that movie.
What's that?
That John Lovitz had to quit SNL to make that movie, and it was so bad it got shelved for a year, and then they showed it for one weekend in theaters.
Wow.
Yep.
That's almost as risky as driving to the edge of the universe.
Almost.
I
quit SNL to go to the end of the universe.
Oh, yeah. No, if they would have me, I would leave immediately to dip my toe or whole body in whatever is beyond the great beyond.
Yeah.
Final frontier. And we're just going one toe beyond it, yeah?
Yeah.
Or whole body. I mean, you do you.
Whole body. I'm going in. If I'm going, I'm going.
Yeah, I worry about tethers, I just don't want to float out in space any more than I need to.
That's what we're currently doing.
Yeah, but with propulsion. So we've got trajectory, right? I mean, we're not just out there spinning loops being bored. We have a plan. It's on the actual horizon, I believe. And
how do we stop? How do we stop?
I will look into it before we get there. I'm not much of a planner. And
you know how much dark matter suit is, where the edge of the universe is, and all about that information, but you didn't take a couple of minutes to investigate how one stops a space car.
You're right. I did put more thought into this than I realized. Good for me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in the middle of driving. Do you want to Google it?
Yeah, I'll Google it. Oh, all right.
Yeah. What you got?
Yeah, we just got to go in the opposite direction.
Oh, checks out. So we just get there and turn around.
Yeah.
Which was kind of my plan anyway. So.
But I still want to get out of the car.
Under control. Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, you can get out of the car. You can tether the car, tether yourself, and we'll go from there.
All right.
You mind driving for a little while? I'm getting tired.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You know what? I'll put it on autopilot because I didn't get a steering wheel. So.
Oh. Well, all right.
All right. Yeah. Put it into the old GPS. We'll be there.
All right.
What are you drinking out of an open glass?
Oh, it's a martini.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Don't drink and drive.
Well, you didn't, so that's good.
I'm the passenger, and it's on autopilot.
This is true.
Which I feel like makes more sense in space.
Yeah, it does feel spacier.
Right? You don't pilot a car.
No.
But all the driver...
Space cruise control.
Ooh. I like that.
That does sound kind of cool.
Space cruise control?
Yeah.
Right? Because it's both the space cruise control and
it's
space
also cruise control.
Cruise control. I mean, gosh, what? Yeah. That's the best thing that's happened in space.
There's a lot to unpack in that awesome phrase that just came up.
Right? Did you bring a lunch? I brought a lunch.
I didn't. I figured we'd stop. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh man, there's this amazing taco place by Nebulon 7.
Oh, okay.
That's what I call it. Most people call it, Bunjati, but for me, Nebula 7, and I am. I got to say, I've heard great things about it, and I think you're going to be into it. It's a little bit spicy. They've got a little bit of stardust in there.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't lived until you've had stardust on a taco. I
have not lived.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I mean, this is what we're doing. Like, we are finally exploring this. I was going to say world, but it's beyond the world. I mean,
it's the universe.
It's the universe, and we're out here in it. I mean, look at this.
We are the non-problematic Christopher Columbus.
Well, so far. It's amazing. Like, if you look out the rearview window, it looks a lot like a parked car on a street. But really,
it does.
It's the shades that I've got in the back of the car for the kids.
Well, yeah, because especially if you're going to be in space, the sunlight is going to be murdered.
Right? Yeah, you got to have that little extra bit of mesh shading that those things provide. Yeah. It really cuts down on the solar flares.
It really does.
I mean, I'm not even wearing sunglasses.
Well, it's because we're facing away.
It is true. I mean, at some point when we circle back, there will be times where we're totally blinded.
Yeah.
But that's why we have this space cruise control to be our space crew and control our ride.
Especially on the way back, because you're not going to be able to see much unless you're behind the planet the whole time.
Right, and eventually, if you're behind a planet, you run into a planet.
Yeah,
I think
it was the one that you're hoping for.
Exactly. Yeah, that's just the space way. You know, now that we've been in space for 12 minutes, now that we've been in space for 12 minutes, I feel like I get it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like suddenly,
experience, builds knowledge.
Yes, and in space, experience is 6% heavier than it is on Earth, so it builds that knowledge faster.
It does. So yeah, we get it. We get it.
Right?
Space.
Right? Yeah, space.
It's not that big a deal. Slow down, Star Trek.
Right? Drive a car down one ski jump. Here we are.
Yeah. Didn't even need all that jet fuel. We just went down a ski jump. Shot us right up into space.
Yeah, I really expected it to take a couple of tries, but
I did too. I did not think on the first try that we were going to make it right into space.
Yeah, it makes me say to all those ski jumpers, "What are you even doing? Like, why come back down?"
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, just keep going.
Right? You have the potential,
but then they don't have any propulsion because once they're in the air, there's nothing with the sticks. Nothing they grab at.
Right, but they could tie them together in the air and spin them like a propeller. Have you never watched Looney Tunes? And then that propeller would give them, I would imagine, the...
Yeah, but because we have the added benefit of the car propulsion.
Yeah.
To push us forward. So they just have their body weight. And they're not up there for that long. They'd have to tie it together real quick and then still have the time to get it spinning fast enough to keep going. But at that point, they're already coming down.
Yeah. No, this is just like you.
What?
You always take the ski jumper's side. Every time.
I do not always take the ski jumper's side.
Oh, really? Really? Name one time. Name me one time that you disagreed with the ski jumper. You worship them like they are the ground that we're going to eventually get to.
No, I don't. They're not curling.
Curling is the higher god to you?
Oh my God. Sport of kings, my friend.
Curling is the sport of Norse kings, maybe.
The sport of kings. Precision, teamwork.
Just two things.
It's got it all.
Precision and teamwork. That is the definition of every sport.
And at the end, the losing team has to buy the winning team a round of beer. Tell me what other sport does that? Not one. Not one, my friend. Not one.
Okay. No, you got me there. That is a great distraction from your love of ski jumpers.
I don't love ski jumpers. I'm telling you, the curling is the sport of. I will bow at the altar of curling, my friend.
Wow! Bow at the altar of curling.
Mm-hmm.
How do you pray in curling? Do you yell "brush"? Sweep?
You just yell. You yell "pray."
Pray left. Pray left. Pray left.
Pray.
Hold.
Amen.
Wow. That's a religion I can get behind.
Yeah.
Free beer and yelling. That's. I think if the commandments had started with those two, there'd be a lot more people on board.
I think there would be a lot more religious people if that's how you prayed.
Yep. All right, we've got some tricky navigation coming up, so I'm going to drive some more.
Okay, hang on. Let me turn off the. All right. The view doesn't change.
There's not much to it, but you still have to know where to turn.
Yeah.
Right.
How did you know? Is there like a mile marker?
A series. I got Siri.
Oh, okay.
Our next turn is in 500,000 miles. So.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Got.
I'll keep an eye out for it.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put the cruise control back on.
Okay.
Whew. Oh man.
Yes, road trip, you want to get out and stretch, but you can't.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. Even in
Because,
this roomy Subaru of ours.
Sure.
It's the only car for space.
Is it a space Baru?
Boy, it sure isn't.
I don't feel good about what I just.
No, I would hope you didn't. I would hope you felt bad about that one.
I feel terrible about it, but I had to say it out loud.
That's fair. No, they fester. I get it. Got to build it up. Oh. So,
what kind of souvenir are you gonna get?
What kind of souvenir am I gonna get?
Yeah.
Well, I gave up a long time ago about finding anything with my name on it.
Yeah.
The initialed, like myself, don't have a lot of options.
You don't get a lot of Pete. You don't see that often. It's
always Peter.
Fine. No, it's Peter is sometimes there. They're more than Pete, but it is a rare find for me to find something with my name on it.
Huh? I would have expected Pete to be an easier name.
You'd think.
Or maybe it's no one's name on those. Maybe no matter where you go, you can't get a keychain with your name on it. Maybe that's like the great scam. Everywhere you go, because if it happened to you and it happened to me, then it must be true for everyone.
That's the obvious logic. If it's happened to two of us, it's happened to all of us.
The brothers Jacokes principle.
Yeah.
Right. It's insane that every time you drink out of your Diet Coke, it just disappears and it looks like you're guzzling the side of the window.
Is it really?
Yeah. Oh, there's a mic thing there. Hey, there's your pop. Anyway, all right. So the keychains are out because I can't get one of those. You know what actually my favorite souvenir is? Those little tiny spoons.
Really?
Well, because you can use them. It's frowned upon, but you can use them.
Yeah.
So at least it's something that you might actually use again.
Yeah. You know what I've never understood? Shot glasses.
Like as a concept?
As a souvenir.
Oh, kids love them.
I don't get it.
No, here's the thing. Souvenir shops know that there are people that will only spend $10, and those things have to be so cheap to make that they stack them up and they're like,
they gotta be cheap. But
they gotta be cheap.
I'm not going. I do shots at home so often. I need one that says Tulsa.
Right. Listen, you have to remember. And the funny thing is, you always don't buy them where you drink. So it's not like you remember a cool bar in Tulsa. It's, I stopped at the airport because I was in a hurry.
Exactly.
Here's to that. Here's to the freaky weekend. Sorry, that was Rihanna? I'm going to say it was Rihanna. I'm not 100% sure it's Rihanna, but I think it was Rihanna. Anyway, cheers is what I was. Don't look at me like that. Because I'm to the side of you, and that's not what I want to see. Wow, we are a lot closer than I thought we were.
Oh.
That 500,000 miles went by like March through August. Just both fast and slow at the same time. And here we are at the end of August? Edge of August.
The edge of August. We're at the edge of August.
Being the universe.
We're going to dip our toe in September.
That was my favorite Counting Crows album. The Edge of August. So I think we get there. We do have to get back for dinner still. So I think we'll stop. If you want a wetsuit, get yourself a wetsuit.
This seems like an ill-advised trip that we drove all this way just to have to turn around. Like a day trip to the edge of the universe seems like a waste of time.
Well, it's about the journey. It's not so much about the trip, even though they're synonyms. But it's really, it's getting there. And besides, it's such a tourist trap. It's Niagara Falls, it's Stonehenge, here's a T-shirt and turn around.
We're the third car in space. How is this a tourist trap?
Oh, we're the third car from Earth in space.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I get you.
So we have to stop thinking like we're the only planet in the world.
God, that's so Earthian of me. I'm so sorry.
So earthy. American even, specifically, but still, it's, there are at least 7 other planets out there with people on them. Beings. Well, no, one of them, they're not really beings. They're the essence of a being. That's the shadow planet.
Okay.
Have you not been to the shadow planet?
I've not been to the shadow planet.
Oh, you have to go to
This is the first time I've heard.
Oh, well, you should totally go to the shadow planet. It's it doesn't exist until you stand there, and then it's there.
Ooh.
Like a real shadow, but it's a whole thing.
So wait, is it just the shadow of a planet?
No, it's a totally empty planet until you put something on it, and then there are shadows. But those shadows didn't exist before you got there, and they don't exist.
The planet version of the Room of Requirement?
It shows up when you need it to?
Yeah.
Yes, but every time you go there, you create everything on it, and as soon as you leave, it doesn't exist anymore. But the shadows are sentient. It's hard to explain in the limited amount of time we have left.
Yeah.
But so I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole.
Don't go down that rabbit hole.
Because we are, I'm going to say, within 3 minutes of
reaching our destination
to the edge of the universe. Yeah,
that sounds about right. 3 minutes,
give or take. Yeah, and I just, I think that once we're there, we should take a selfie.
Obviously,
one facing into the void, one facing away from the void.
Yeah. Should we do one where it's like, oh, like robot, or like you take one of me and I'm like, oh no, or is that too touristy?
It's a little touristy, and I mean no offense, but you're not much of an influencer. I don't know that it's a shot worth dying for.
Well, I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna pretend.
Yeah, that's what they all say, and then they're like, Grand Canyon.
Do they say that as they fall in the Grand Canyon?
I would assume that everyone that dies in the Grand Canyon shouts out a tribute to the Grand Canyon as they're going down.
Is it like when people fall at the great heights, they just shout the name of the thing they're falling in?
Only if they're falling from and to the same location.
Oh, okay.
Because they were on the Grand Canyon and fell into the Grand Canyon, so then you yell Grand Canyon. If you're on a building and just fall onto cement, then it's confusing.
You don't yell building.
Or cement, like you don't know in that moment what to be yelling.
Sure. I would just go with that.
Yeah, it's just kind of played out.
But I'm a simple guy. Simple guy. If I'm going to fall to my death, I'm just going to scream.
Meat and potatoes. Is what I would scream. I would scream meat and potatoes as I fell.
You would scream meat and potatoes. Meat and potatoes.
Yeah, because that way if you die, if you get like a meal that was the last thing that you said, it's at least something I know I would enjoy.
Okay.
You don't know how afterlife starts.
I don't.
Maybe it starts at the edge of the universe.
With a full meal.
Yeah, I mean the prices are up from what they should be, but still, I think it's a heck of a treat.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I see it.
Oh.
But no, that's
a lot. That's a lot.
It's sort of hard to tell what. It's a lot of neon.
A lot of neon.
Yeah. Well, it's a noble gas. I would expect it hung out. Where the people are.
Yeah. Well, this is really underwhelming.
Yeah, it's just sort of like two of the same thing next to each other.
Yeah.
But also on top of each other.
And underneath.
All right. Well, do you still want to rent a wetsuit?
I'm not feeling it anymore. I was really expecting a big thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna spin it around. Throw your tool out the window, and we'll head back. You ready?
Yeah. Yep.
Here we go. Meat and potatoes. I think it works.
All right.
Let's head home.
I feel experienced.
Good. That was worth it.
Yeah, 100% worth it.
So, you want to grab dinner when we get back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mom and Dad say the planet does not hold up.
I can't imagine it does.
It does. It's not. It was not nearly as good as I seem to have. Not. It's not like. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned is great.
Yeah. Love me some John Ritter.
Aw. You know, on the Shadow Planet, John Ritter's still alive.
Really?
Well, if you bring a cutout of him, you can bring anyone back to life on the Shadow Planet. Yeah.
As long as you bring a cardboard cutout
of his shadow.
Of his shadow.
Which, I mean, a cardboard cutout is a shadow waiting to happen.
Wait, so it's a cardboard, so it's just a person shape with like gray or black? That's it?
Well, I mean, it could be black or white, it could be color, it could be whatever you want.
How would the Shadow Planet know what shadow of who is the cardboard cutout?
It's a lot like a QR code. It makes no sense, but then it's just there and works.
Oh. I almost said Pam Grier.
That would be a very different movie than Terry Garr?
No, it's
Sam Dauber.
There we go. Yeah, from Mork and Mindy.
Mork and Mindy, yep. Whatever happened to her?
I don't know. I'd watch a movie with John Ritter and Pam Grier.
Well, you want to put it on?
What? Pam Grier and John Ritter in a movie? Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought. Yeah. Well, let's put the movie on, and we'll just kick back and relax the rest of the way home.
All right.
Cool. And that's our show.
Okay, thank you. Hopefully the audience can hear me now, but so just bear with me 1 second whilst I check this. And hello.
Hello?
Hang on 1 second, 1 second.
And that's our show.
Okay. Yes, I can be heard. Thank God. So, well done, guys. I want to thank you for that. That was great. I love what you've done with the car. It puts you both into the same scene together. I haven't seen that before. Yeah. That's given me a lot of ideas.
Awesome.
I love the concepts as well, just because I've been on some long road trips, and especially with my girlfriend Rachel. Hello, Rachel. And the conversations you can get into. Oh, they say hello as well. She's not watching. She might be. I don't know. Right. No, not that she's not watching you. I've been doing shows all month. But yeah, no, I love the concept.
Sorry, my wife is in the other room, and she's been watching a movie on her phone this whole time.
Okay, no, so thanks so much, and thank you for helping for the fact that for some reason I had a technical audio issue at the beginning, so I had to work that out in the background there. But great, and we've had some cool comments come through. Let's just have a quick look. So actually, going back to what we were saying about beforehand, someone asks on Twitch, are they really brothers? And someone else responded, yes. So there we go. And they said that the space thing is a cool idea. And then someone else put that they're each side of the car. And then there was some other suggestions that you got that came a little bit late. To go to Walmart on a Black Friday, or to top of the Eiger Mountain, or the bottom of the ocean. So lots of cool things perhaps you can do in a future show. But thank you so much. These are the brothers Jacokes. Where can people find you on the old social of media?
We're on the places that everyone's on under the brothers Jacokes, Instagram and Twitter, but we don't use Twitter, and Facebook. So you can find us there. We perform a lot in the Detroit area, but when the world isn't burning, we can be seen all over. So hopefully in 2021 we can get back to traveling some too.
Awesome, guys. Amazing. So I'm just going to put it onto a quick holding screen audience whilst we bring on our next guest show. But I want to thank you guys so much once again. And I will say ta-ra for now.
Have a good one.
Brilliant, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, David.
Thank you.
That's brilliant. I'm just going to let the next guys in. So if you could leave the meeting, then that would be perfect. Brilliant.
See you.
All right. See you, man.
Hello there, Dan.
Hi.
Hey, hey.
Lovely. Hi. So our usual suggestion is an object. So if we have if we have it through the chat, that works.
Yeah.
Oh. Yep.
Okay. Oh.
Reintroduce you.
Dan. Are we going to? We thought possibly of having one other suggestion, which would be like a historical figure, maybe halfway through.
Well, let's get that at the top, and then we'll work it in halfway through, rather than David having to constantly get suggestions.
Okay.
So if we have an object and a historical figure, please.
Okay. Dan, do you have your eye on a time somehow, so we kind of have an idea when we have 10 minutes left? And we've got...
I'll set a stopwatch thing.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay.
$25. Lovely.
Okay.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Okay, hello, and I am back. So we just had the brothers Jacokes. This is another exciting evening in the Extreme Improv XStreamed World Championship Festival. So in a moment we are going to have the Historyonics, and they are going to be followed by another of our stand-up comedy showcases. So if you're watching us now and you're watching us on Facebook, that's the easiest one to be able to share the stream, just so you can help people on your network, people who are your friends, to be able to watch, give suggestions and enjoy the shows with you. But also do take 10 seconds to head over to youtube.com/extremeimprov and click that subscribe button. But now let's have the Historyonics.
There is more than one of me.
What? What? Lies, I tell you.
You exist and you know it.
Oh, I can turn my thing on. I'm living in the past. That's appropriate.
There it is.
Hey!
Hello. As off to a cracking start already. This is Historyonics, the improvised history lesson. We are going to tell you the history of an object. We're going to tell you how it was invented, and we're going to take you on its journey through time. So all we want from you, lovely audience people, is that object. Can we have a suggestion of an object, please?
Okay.
Wait for them to
I can hear the spirits. I can hear the words in the ether coming through. What's happening? Where are they? Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, their stamps come through. Duster.
Okay.
Duster.
A duster.
The invention of ice cream.
The invention of ice cream. Oh, okay. Wow. Super iconic one. That's going to be a big ask. Okay, what else?
So far, Tim.
What?
Any so far grab your attention, Tim?
The duster is rich with comic potential, which we can then squander shamelessly.
Okay. Okay, so we will be telling the invention of the duster. On top of that, we're going to get from you a historical figure. Now, this isn't necessarily a person who invented the duster, in our version of events anyway, but this is someone who's going to come in midway through. Like those episodes of Doctor Who, where they'll be having a complete unrelated adventure, and then someone will go, "Fuck me, Lord Byron." You know, just a celebrity historical figure who's going to appear.
What were you doing in the cupboard? What the hell?
So if we could have suggestions of a celebrity historical figure to appear in this story.
Bum. The seconds of time pass through the hourglass of eternity.
Right, that's
Wow, gosh. Wow, we've gone for the big names already. Okay. No Lady Gaga, I'm shocked. Okay, right.
I think Henry VIII will be involved somewhere along the way in the invention of the duster.
Sweet.
Are you ready, Professor Williams? Are you ready for this journey through time?
Vice President Luxton, yes, possibly. Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Right, we need, whoa! What year are we starting in?
What year, you say?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes, I'm sorry, I lose track of who has lived and where the hell they've been up to. I lose track.
Well,
I lose track here. Yes.
I don't know what year it is because the calendar upon my wall is so encrusted with grime.
What? But that is the norm. My neighbour Marcus of the gigantic feet. That is the norm in this world in which we live. For as you know, and I know, as everybody knows, there is no creation, no item with which to remove dust or the accumulation of dead skin or any kind of dirt from any of us surfaces. Oh, we live in a perpetual state of long irritation.
But the thing is...
Yes, what?
My lungs are tired of being irritated.
Your lungs are tired, you shameless, weak worm? Haven't you been to lung class today?
No, it's cancelled because of the invasion.
Oh, right, yes, everyone's got to stay indoors and shut their doors.
Everything's rescheduled for next year. They say 1067, that's the year that we'll get everything back on track and have the lung irritation classes.
Oh, that's when we are. Right, so sorted that out. Okay, then. Right, yes, well, we'll, it's a low-key invasion. Super low-key. We don't see the invaders at any point. They don't go round the houses and, get all up in people's shit and that. They're very, very quiet.
They're very relaxed. If there's one thing you can say about the French, it's that they're not ostentatious.
No, word.
They're very relaxed.
Brother. Yes. A national stereotypical trait that will last for centuries, I have no doubt.
So.
Love the French. Sorry about that. Okay, hello.
So, as I was saying, I don't think that we should stand for this kind of grime anymore.
I don't understand. You speak heresy. And also, in rhyme. Say that again so that I get clear what you're trying to say, but do it in a rhyming couplet.
I always speak heresy because I believe it's fair, you see, to get rid of all this awful dirt before someone trips and gets hurt.
Why, my God, all these little monkeys, Marcus. Every time I throw a bit of wordplay at you, you just hit it back over the net. That's why you're my best friend.
It's also why I'm wanted by the church for heresy, thanks to you. You go and blab about it to everyone.
We now cut to a meeting of archdeacons in the church about the current heresy situation. Bene vici omnis decis supercalifragilistics. Welcome, archdeacons, to the appropriate Saturday. Oh, hello, little wave from the Bishop of Wexmouth. Thank you very much.
Yes. Can we have that in English, please? I never studied Latin.
Okay. Essentially, it's sup, Wagwan, members of the church and all its little monkeys. That's the appropriate Catholic words. That's the thing. Yes. Hello. Essentially, hello. Welcome to the meeting.
Why have we invited all the little monkeys?
It's the new bishop. He's super literal about Catholic doctrine.
I mean, I admit they do help to provide a lot of the holy filth that we roll about in every day.
I know, and that gives us something to fill our hours with, which is you can't say no to that.
Well, Your Holiness, I have been filling my hours with a different task, as you know. You have put me in charge of hunting down heretics.
Oh, that. Okay, right. Yes, you have. Say that again. I gave you that task. I gave that you that task.
You personally, Your Holiness.
Okay, and how's it going? How's it going?
It's going really badly. I haven't found any.
Is that really what you want to own up to, my boy? You know,
as a good man of the cloth, I am bound to truth and honesty.
Well, this is true, and you can only do that. You can only try and deal with the hand that you've been dealt, and I gave you a very difficult task in this time of low-key invasion.
The people in England are just too pious.
They are indeed. They sit in their houses, accepting the mounting piles of dirt and not doing anything about it. Have you sent out? We speak of the little monkeys. Have you set out your hunting dogs to ferret out any ferrets? Have you sent out your hunting dogs to ferret out any ferrets? I've said that now, so I'm going to go with it.
Well, you have said that. I had not considered that, Your Holiness. I will send out the dogs immediately.
Okay. If they find any dirty ferrets, bring them back.
Yes. I mean, I do have a question. If the hounds are busy with the ferrets, who's going to be hunting the heretics?
Good thought. This is why I gave you the job. You could do it. Laboriously literally go from door to door and saying, "Are you being heretical?" And if they say no, then say fair enough and leave them alone.
Okay. Knock, knock.
Hello?
Are you a heretic?
Yes. Oh, shit.
I don't know what to do now I've found one.
Try looking behind you. Bye.
Damn. I need further instructions from His Holiness.
Monkeys, please. Monkeys. You are God's monkeys. A little decorum. Don't look me in the eye like that, Chesney. Come on, Duke. He's a good boy. You fling your poo at me again. You will burn in the fourth circle that Dante intended for you. Yes? Now? Right? God. Why? Literal bishops and their animalistic intentions. Good grief. Archdeacons. Deacons. There you are. There you are. Can you say the Catholic scripture this time?
I can.
Yep, do it exactly as I said it before.
Domus nostris patre.
Yep.
Sancti. Sopa califragilistic expi. Alidocious. Organ vi, organ van. Organ vo. Superbus. Superbus. Omnibus. Trustibus. Megabus. Amen.
Sublime. Absolutely sublime. You added an extra. I've been slurking. I've been slacking. I have been leaving the.
Slurking is the 7th deadly sin, as you well know.
You got me. Oh my God!
You are a heretic.
No, you're a heretic. No, you're right. You got me. God damn it!
Am I a heretic?
Well, we're throwing it around now. We're just throwing it around. You know what? I admit it. I'm a holy man, so I have, as you say, I had to speak the truth. I've been slurking for a number of years,
Well,
and
the truth. You spake that I was a heretic. Therefore, that must be the truth. I don't know what to do with myself. I still don't have any instructions on what to do with heretics.
I'd say that if you met one and he looked like me and he was a bishop, you should probably say, I'll let you off. Just let them off.
Oh.
Let them off, even if they were slurkers. Let them off.
Your Holiness.
Yeah.
I let you off. Go
Oh,
in.
thanks. Wow. Did you know? If I knew they'd be that easy to get. Wow. Okay.
All heretics immediately.
Right. Well, do you know what? I get to go back to my ferret. Fair enough. It's done. Good night.
Did you hear? They've issued a pardon for all heretics.
What? My soul is saved. I'm saved. You're saved.
Do you know what this means? This means I can clean at last.
Wonderful.
I've got just the material for it.
But what will your master Henry the Seventh say?
My master Henry the Seventh.
Was it the 7th or was it the 8th? I can't remember.
Have you not heard? My master Henry the Seventh is dead. His son is now on the throne as Henry the Eighth.
At the time of the Norman invasion, they are super on it. They are acting like well in advance. They are above the curve. Good grief.
You don't think the king, Henry the Eighth, will approve?
I think we should immediately leap to wherever he is in time and space and see if he does. Here we go.
Henry, darling?
Yes. Chicken leg. Mom.
Henry, you will never be a good king if you carry on eating like that.
It's all I've got. It's my defining iconic trait.
My liege, my husband.
My
love.
Oh, sweetie chunks.
There is a missive in the hall.
Well, get someone to clean it up then.
No, a messenger. Claiming to be an inventor.
What?
To speak to you.
I have 14 chicken legs and a dozen boar to get through before lunchtime to, keep up my image, darling.
Yes, I know. And I know the trouble that the chef had breeding a 14-legged chicken in the first place. But I really think that you should go and see this gentleman.
Well, do you know what? We've had enough digressions from the main plot, so might as well. Bring him forth, bring him hence.
You know, I think I'll step outside when he steps in.
I really feel I should talk to both of you at the same time. That would be appropriate.
If you think that's best, you are the king.
Mm.
I will bring him in.
Well, yes, bring him in.
Your Majesty.
Yes, hello.
All right. You don't grovel. He's only just the king.
Yeah.
You're the king, my queen. Your Majesty, I have an invention.
Well, I'm momentarily confused by the fact that you and my wife seem to be wearing the same pair of shoes, but
well, we are only wearing one each. I'm wearing the left. He's wearing the right. It's right. You were so kind to see my feet looked so cold. One of your elegant curved shoes with the pointy toes. Yes, it goes very well with my elegant curved toes. Oh, thank you, Your Majesty. My king. Behold this cloth.
Shit on a brick. What am I even looking at? I'm sorry, what? What?
I'll pass on the shitting on a brick.
Well, what am I even looking at? What have you brought before my royal sight?
You are looking at a cloth so fine that only a king as noble as you can even see it.
We're going with that old trope, are we? Right, well, yes.
I believe that this cloth, this fine, beautiful cloth, can clean any surface and kill 99% of all the devil's germs.
All known germs, you say?
99% of them.
There is how about flu and other related bacteria?
I am unfamiliar with this bacteria of which you speak.
You're certain enough of your 99%. What does my wife think about all this?
Henry, I don't think he's actually holding anything.
Right.
He's holding up his hands. No, Your Majesty, it is a cloth so fine that only the king can see it. You can see it, can't you, Your Majesty? For if you could not see it, it would mean that you are not a good king and destined to be hated for all of time in the history books.
Wow, that's a super terrifying line, and I will be overwhelmed by it immediately. Yes, you're best, my darling. I can see this cloth, for I am best king ever was. Stop. So, yes, I wholeheartedly approve.
Your Majesty, take the fine cloth and use it to wipe all your surfaces.
Well, I can, but defer that task, for my hands are thick with chicken fat. But if you were to give it to the other servant, the third person standing to your left.
Your Majesty.
Oh, pass it through the hands of my wife on the way to the third person, please. Thank you.
What am I holding, Your Majesty? There is nothing here.
You are holding a divinely ordained and definitely real bit of cloth, which can remove. You say can remove dust from any surface.
It can remove dust from any surface and all manner of grime and grit and filth and pornography.
Right. And pornography, they say, well, I've got through enough wives now that I have no need of pornography, as determined by previous characters in previous scenes with their holiness. So I feel that I am undecided as to whether to vouch for this item, depending on how many minutes we have left to fill in our slot. Do we have got a lot of time? Oh, we've got not that much time. I think it's amazing. I entirely and wholeheartedly approve. Let it be dispensed.
I will leave immediately before you have time to
Let
think.
it. Why, thank you. I never think I'm Henry VIII or VII or whichever one I am. I feel it should be dispensed to.
This is madness, my dear. That there is no cloth. Your queenliness. If he realizes there's no cloth, we're all for the chop. Well, what can we do?
To be honest,
why don't I just make a duster? Why don't I just make something out of real cloth that will just dust surfaces? I mean, if you think it'll work.
Like, cover my ass, sir. Cover my ass. Thank you very much.
Your Majesty, I've made a few refinements. You will notice
right.
that we can all now see it. Sorry about that. I know you were enjoying the specialness of being the only one to see it, but
don't know what you're talking about. Just get on with the spiel.
Okay, so if you observe a very, very dusty crown, it's now shiny.
Dear God, my lungs feel better already. Bacon, this is a game changer. This will herald the start of the end of the start of the end of the war.
The war? You mean there could be peace?
Well, either that or super lot of fighting over a very condensed period of time.
Thank God, the war that we're all fighting, that I'm sure will go down in the history books as that big war in Tudor times, that will soon be over.
The war against the Normans,
the
who
war
are
against
still
the Normans in Tudor times. That will
the one who've been.
And all
they've
thanks
been.
to this.
Thank you. The super subtle, like low-key lurking soldiers have been defeated by a piece of cloth.
The British lungs will be famed throughout the world.
Along with our teeth.
And that's history!
There we go!
Thank you so much. We've been Historyonics.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. Well done.
Exactly how it all happened.
Rewriting history. I love the concept. So you take like an object and a historical figure, and then everything else you end up. What's the weirdest item you've had to say the origins of?
Oh gosh.
I think we once had toenails,
yes,
and then we had to start the story with like establishing what a world would be like where human beings don't have toenails.
Do you know what?
So
okay, so
yeah.
I should imagine there are lots of differences because maybe back in time we used them like animals use claws. Yeah, there's probably something to it. You know, nowadays would it make a difference if I didn't have if I woke up tomorrow without toenails? I think I'd be okay.
You'd have nothing. You'd have nothing to chew on. So. Yeah,
that's true. That is true. I do like to. Okay, so guys, very quickly, I want to thank everyone out there as well, and we have some performers waiting, but I've let them know that we had a technical issue. Imagine that on the internet at some point. Where can everyone find you? Do you have other things coming up, or is it just because the world has come to an end, unfortunately, that we're on a little bit of a pause?
I mean, we've been going for a while, but we still don't have any social media. But Tim, you do have another show coming up, don't you?
I do. We will be trying to get a kind of an Instagram thing and other social media for the Historyonics. So if you like to then do a search for Historyonics occasionally on or maybe come and hang out at a Hoopla improv night, because we sometimes get booked there. I do have one gig this week on Wednesday, the wonderful Extreme Improv.
Yes, awesome.
Who knows where they are? I'm doing my solo act this Wednesday, I believe. Yeah.
Yes, I believe that's correct. And that's The Wizard Done It? A Wizard Done It?
A wizard did it.
A wizard did it, sorry. So excellent. We look forward to that. So thank you so much, guys, and see you again soon. Certainly. Nice to meet you there, Dan, as well. Okay, so audience, we're just going to put you onto a brief holding screen now. And, okay, guys, great. Thank you so much.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much.
Right. Woo. Night, everyone. Woo.
Jen Snyder, I just saw her. I just saw her. I'm like, I love Jen Snyder.
I know. I was like, hey, Jen.
I know.
Hello.
I'm here. What am I supposed to do here? Oh, start video. All right.
It's invisible.
No.
No. Yeah.
It's terrible.
Oh,
That's how it goes.
Perfect. Yeah.
I have a question. Is that okay? So there's nobody actually in the Zoom room that's audience. It's only comedians here, and then the audience is just
That's
watching.
my
the
aunt.
stream.
I'm sorry. That's my aunt.
Right. Right.
Okay. Log on.
Once again, we're live. So hello everyone. So that was the Historyonics we had just a few moments ago. Earlier on we had the brothers Jacokes, who with their, we had a lot of improv tonight. But in a moment we're going to have another of our stand-up showcases, which have been super well received, and so we're very excited because we've got a bumper edition of the stand-up showcase, because I think we've got 5 or 6 different stand-up comics who are going to be bringing you some stand-up comedy. So without further ado, let's bring on Leon. Leon, floor is yours.
Great. Hi. Okay. So, yeah. So, joining in. Okay. Yeah. Hi. So I'm Leon. And yeah. So I've never really fit in anywhere. Even in school, as a freckly redhead kid, I got sent to the school counsellor who gave me some advice. She said, life is like a box of chocolates. And I said, I know this one. It's from Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolates. I think I've got somebody else going again. I think someone's watching the TV. Yeah, so anyway, I said, she said to me, yeah, life is like a box of chocolates. She was trying to make me feel better, you see. It's like, trying to give me some support. And I said, yeah, I know this one. Life's like a box of chocolates, like Forrest Gump. You never know what you're going to get. She said, no. Life is like a box of chocolates. No one likes the ginger ones. Which was ironic, because she was a redhead. So I said, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. She said, people in stone houses shouldn't throw glass. What's your point? She said, what you are thinking of is people in glass houses shouldn't throw orgies. I've been married for 12 years. We recently did some marriage counselling. The counsellor said, here's something to do. Try and spice things up a bit. He said, try bondage. I said, okay, so what I did, I sold the wife into slavery. He said, I went back to the counsellor. He said, what are you doing? He said, I gave you that book to follow. I gave you that book. He said, there's a recommendation. Use this book as a guide. He said, it's 50 Shades of Grey. I said, I misheard you. I thought you said 50 Years a Slave. So I always thought it's really weird, bondage, because I don't know how you would get into bondage, like things like nipple clamps. I don't know how you would start that. So like maybe you close the door quickly and you catch your nipple and you go, that's really painful. That's so painful. But then you think, hello, there's another feeling here, not just pain. This is awakening something in me. Maybe the pain was just a little starter for something. But anyway, I've also tried to fit in school. So in school, I started fitting. I used to play football in a place called Liverpool in the UK. We used to play Princess Park. I'm not really sure what princess it was named after. Maybe Crackerhuntus. Normally, I would play left, right back in the changing room, minding the bags. In my team, nobody wanted to play in defence. The only time we had a flat back four was when the crossbar collapsed. As a team, we were lucky. We always had a linesman. We also sometimes had a cannabis man and a crack man as well. One time we had an incident in the goal. Both sides were arguing. One side was going, it crossed the line. The other side said it didn't cross the line. In the end, I went, yes, it crossed the line. It was both homophobic and racist. After one game, I had to go to the hospital, and I saw two signs at the ceiling. Okay, one said gynecology advice, and next to it said stroke centre. And I thought, yeah, that's good advice. I usually went to the pub to try and pick some girls up after the game. One day I went up to the bar, my friend said, what do you want? Mild, stout, bitter. I said, I don't mind as long as she's single. I went to this girl and I said, I'm a stud. If I took you out, what would I get? An STD? And I always say that one twice because people will get a bit offended. So I'll do it again. I went, I'm a stud. If I took you out, what would I get? An STD. And at the bar, my friend introduced me to his long-tailed girlfriend. I said, oh, she looks really nice. She looks like a keeper. He said, yeah, I'm thinking of asking her to marry me. I went, no, a keeper, Peter Schmeichel. We used to have this crazy physio who put us on this exercise regime, which was called the Jesus Fitness Plan. It was good, but it was mostly cross-training. The Jesus Fitness Plan had a special diet. You fast for 40 days and 40 nights, and then you can only eat loaves and fishes, except at Easter, when all you can eat is chocolate. In the Jesus Fitness Plan, they had Pilates exercises, but they pronounced it pilots. It was hard to judge the success of the pilots exercise. Some people nailed it, others washed their hands of it. By the end of the Jesus Fitness Plan, you were supposed to turn water into wine. Unfortunately, I could still only turn wine into water, which technically made me the Antichrist. Which was kind of apt, because like all my fitness plans, it went to hell. But talking about religions, I've travelled all over the world, so I've been to all different kinds of countries. I've seen a cornucopia of different religions, but the weirdest and strangest, most unusual religion I ever saw in the whole wide world was a religion called Christianity. So let me tell you why. In other religions, every other religion, you are dedicating your time to keeping God happy. But with Christianity, it seems to me the central purpose of the religion appears to be to piss God off. What's the first thing you see when you go into a church? A cross, usually with a half-naked, tortured Jesus nailed to it. That's God's only son. If I had killed an all-powerful supreme being's only child, I would want to be keeping that very quiet. I know it's been 2,000 years, but I don't think God's got over it. Remember, God's got a temper. Remember Sodom and Gomorrah? He completely destroyed both those towns with fire and brimstone, and all they did was open one gay bar. Even Christmas, the Christian festival, the biggest Christian festival, Christmas, is basically a story about how we humans tried to kill Jesus even before he was born.
Yep.
In churches, even seemingly innocent pictures like the Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci would annoy God. Okay, for example, we see Jesus coming into the restaurant and going, "Yeah, I made a booking. The name's Christ, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I want table for 13. Separate checks. I'm not paying for Judas." he looks at me. Why are we all sitting on one side? Oh, social distancing. I get it now. Wait a minute. Has Judas been here? Why are these tables decorated? There's decorations on all these tables. This was Judas when he's taking the piss. He's put little red crosses on all the tables. He is taking the piss, isn't he? What was that? Social distancing. Don't go on a cross. He is. He told you to say that, didn't he? Anyway, Judas said this to be funny. Okay, I'm sure he did. What do you mean? You want me to stay a metre apart? How do I know what a metre apart is? All right, put my arm like this, and arm like this. Right, he is taking a piss, isn't he? But even pictures of the Garden of Eden in churches would annoy God. It's like saying to God, "Hey, remember that time you said don't eat the apple, and we said, fuck you, we're eating the apples? Here's a picture of it in case you forgot." And the Garden of Eden is a bit of a weird story when you think about it. God tells Adam and Eve 2 rules here. It's only 2 rules. Don't eat the apples, don't have sex. God goes away, comes back 9 months later, and Eve's belly's sticking right out here. And God goes, "How many apples did you eat?" God then realizes Eve's pregnant. And God says to Adam, what happened? Adam goes, "The snake told me to do it. And God said, "For the last time, Adam, it's not called a snake, it's called a penis." "Right," said God. "If I blame Eve, I blame you for this. I'm going to blame you and women for this for the whole time. For breaking God's direct order, the punishment is that for all eternity, all women will know the agony and pain of childbirth. Women will be cursed with this pain forever because of your transgression." And Eve goes, "All that for stealing an apple?" He goes, "Yes," says God. "I'm going to be very strict on 2 things. Fruit theft and buggery." Anyway, I'm going to hand back to the host now. That's about my time. So this is going back to David. Thanks, everyone. I've been Leon Bukowski.
Thank you so much, Leon. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Leon, very quickly, is there anywhere where anyone can find you, social media or anything like this?
Yeah, just on Leon Bukowski Comedy, Penang Comedy Events. You can look at that as well if you're ever in Southeast Asia.
Okay, Joe, people were really enjoying that. We've got lots of thumbs up and laughing faces come through from our comments section. So that's that's brilliant. Thank you so much, Leon. Next up, we've got a bumper night. So let's just see if I can actually see to my list. Next up, we've got Deirdre Verdolino. Please join us.
Okay.
And the floor is now yours.
Hi, everybody. I feel as though I was speaking an English accent. But actually, I'm from New York, technically, and I live in New Jersey right now. And basically, New York is the only city that makes its own grade when it rains. I don't know if anyone has been to New York. And I like talking with an English attitude. Well, let's just say I'd like to try to pretend to use an English attitude. So, in other words, do you go to university? Really, I'm from Manchester. And an attitude sounds a lot better when you use it with an accent. So in other words, I've noticed lately that my attitude has gotten a lot of attitude back. And if I were to just switch that up and say, "Well, you people are actually really bothering me. Can you please stop giving me an attitude?" Then all of a sudden it doesn't seem so bad. So anyway, I'm sitting here with a bunch of drums, as you can see. And I'm going to talk about music a little bit. Music lyrics. So there's a song in particular called "Sweet Emotion" by Aerosmith. And Aerosmith is a band that's from Boston, technically, but they don't look anything like or talk anything like Bostonians, if you know anything about Boston people. So they have this one song, the "Sweet Emotion" song, that is, well known. And one of the things that Steven Tyler says is, "Some sweet-hearted mama with a face like a gent." So when I think of that, I say a face like a gent. So is he saying that she's kind of looks like a man? Or is she ugly? Well, let's go into the realm of Emily Bronte, how she would say that lyric. And it might be something to this effect. She's a handsome, well-built woman with the demeanor of a felled sequoia and the wizened attitude of 17th century Andean goat herder. I think I'd rather go that place. Another song that I like the lyrics to is a Journey song, and it says something to the effect of, any way you want it, that's the way you need it. And I think to myself, well, I want to be choked during sex, but I don't need to be choked during sex, so how does that work? Van Halen, they wrote the original Twitter song. Well, I'm sorry, not Twitter, Tinder. Does anybody know what Tinder is out there? Thumbs up. Do they have Tinder in England? I guess it's international. That's good. Ain't talking about love. My love is rotten to the core. So I think technically a lot of these people that do dating on Tinder, I don't think they're looking for love per se. All right, so I'm going to play another song that's kind of related to music, kind of related to comedy. And this song is going to be dedicated to Jeffrey Epstein, who I'm sure you all know who that is. All right, so this. All right, let's see if you know this one. Ready? Sitting on a park bench, I little girl with bad intent. Snot running down his nose, greasy fingers smearing shabby clothes. Hey, oh, it's Aqualung. Here's another one. This is a woman called Jodi Arias who she brutally murdered her boyfriend in the shower, and I'm thinking this song might work for her. Evil woman, evil woman. Jeff Lynne, Yellow, folks. All right, so I'm going to do some impersonations. When I first started doing comedy back in New York City about 1999, they said I didn't have a persona. So I'm going to do a little bit. Let's go back.
Hey, what the fuck do they know?
Hey, my friend Frankie Russo over here making me a coffee.
Hey, it's Frankie Russo over there, UK. Hey.
Just let yourself in, Frankie. I'm trying to do a impersonation of my dad. I told everybody that he's a mixture of Jackie Gleason, Robert De Niro, and Archie Bunker. You know?
I didn't mean to cockblock you. Go ahead.
You're not
proceed.
Okay. So my dad was a combination. I'll say it again. Robert De Niro, Archie Bunker from the show All in the Family, which is a genius show. It was non-PC, but it was PC in the day because that's how people were in the 70s. And Jackie Gleason from The Honeymooners. So my dad would do something like this. You know, Deirdre, when you make the iced tea, you got to make sure you add the lemons first.
My God.
Oh, Dad, what are you talking about? What? Oh, jeez, why'd I have to have a meathead for a daughter? Turn on, you're going, Deirdre, right in the garage. All right, so that was my dad like 25 years ago. Now, yeah, that's true. Thanks, Frank. So now he has dementia. So let's make dementia funny, shall we? Now, when my father is home and chilling, watching Family Feud and all the American shows, game shows, he'll answer the phone to something like this. Ring, ring. Hello? $1.94. What's that? Would you mind calling back in 12 minutes? My boyfriend has this in my mouth, okay? That's what happened, folks. So, what is that, Frankie?
Hey, holy mackerel.
Is my coffee ready, Frankie?
Almost, you got a mouth on you, girl.
I tried to not say the bad words, Frankie. What else can we...
Excuse me.
What?
Excuse me.
Yeah, excuse you.
Stevia?
Do I want stevia? So this is where it's become. Can I just tell you something? Whoever likes Himalayan salt, I think they're kind of lying. I'm not sure if that's a real thing to like. Does anybody else, can they agree with that? Is Himalayan salt really so fantastical that we eat or want to eat it? All right, any questions about like being raised in Queens, New York? I don't know.
How do you like your coffee?
I like my coffee light and sweet. I think I'm gonna exit for now because I need to go beat up Frankie Russo over here.
Hey,
All you guys, God bless. Remember, don't panic. Be good, and God bless. See you later. Sitting on a park bench.
Okay, thank you so much, Deirdre. Thank you so much there. So, I think she may actually be dealing with Frankie. Someone in our comments says, "Who is Frankie? Get in on the screen." So I don't know if you.
Hey, come over here, Frankie.
Yeah, say hello, Frankie.
David, you're doing a good job speaking the King's English over there. I tell you that much. Hey.
I do my best. I do my best. It's all a ruse. I'm really Russian. Oh, hello. Love it. Mask on as well, guys. Wear your masks. Hello there, Frankie. Incognito. There you go. We can see you now.
There we go. Hey.
Brilliant. So,
Hey, that was your idea.
What?
Hey, that was his idea. He wanted to credit. All right, listen.
oh, is there anywhere where we can find you on social media?
Just wild about the Harry, wild about
Thank you, David Pukaneski. Pukaneski.
David, take care. That's a nice.
As Mario would say, oh shit. Super Mario.
Is that what is that Polish? What is
Pukaneski, how you saying it?
Pastansky. It is Polish.
Pukaneski.
Polish, right?
Yeah,
Do I at least got that right?
you do have that right.
That's about it, but I got that right. All right.
Okay, guys, so we're going to go on to our next act now. Let's have a look who we have coming up, because it's a very exciting act. Next up, Tara, would you like to switch on your video? The floor will be yours. Okay, super exciting. And hello.
I think we all need a minute to absorb what we just saw. Let's just kind of take that all in. That was something. Deirdre, I'm from Brooklyn. You're making me homesick. Your accent is making me homesick. But yeah, let's.
Okay, girl.
Yeah. Hey, Deirdre. Deirdre, where in New York are you from?
South Ozone Park. Can you hear me?
You're from Brooklyn. You're from another Brooklyn girl. I heard Brooklyn all in you. You're my home girl. Hey, Deirdre.
What's up? Where are you at now?
I'm in Charlotte. And I'm going to do some jokes right now. I'm going to do this.
Go, girl.
I'll get you back to you in 10 minutes. Hello, everybody. I am so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me, giving me a reason to put on makeup, some earrings, pants with a zipper, and to wax my chin hairs, because I've done none of those things in like 5 months. So thank you for giving me a reason to do those things. You've also given me a reason to step away from my quarantine snacks, because I'm embarrassed to let you know that I'm aware that there are about 20 different varieties of Oreos. It's a little unnecessary and aggressive, but I've eaten my fair share. And I know that I have because my sweatpants are starting to fit a little bit more like my jeans. They're a little tighter than I'm used to. So what I'm saying basically is I have my own curve I need to flatten and get together. So I'm working on that. I am a woman of a certain age, and I embrace that. I love everything about getting older. I know some people don't. I love it. I just make some adjustments along the way. Like, I've realized about myself that I can no longer eat fried food, watch cable news, or listen to aggressive hip-hop music after 7:30. It just messes with my spirit. It doesn't work so well. And what I've also realized is back when I was in my 20s and my friends would say, hey, do you want to go hang out? I'm like, yeah, give me about 20 minutes. I'll get ready. I can't do that anymore. By the time I find the right Spanx to put on and I get to waxing these chin hairs, we're looking at a minimum of 2 hours before I'm ready. And if we're going to be hanging out for more than 4 consecutive hours, I'm going to need a nap early in the day. I like naps. And here's a line I find myself saying at 51 that I never said in my 20s when someone said, do you want to hang out? I'm like, look, I just recently started a new medication. And I got to see how the side effects do before I commit to going anywhere. It's all about those side effects, people. You know, one of the things I've embraced getting older, too, is you have to have reliable transportation. Like I drive a Toyota Camry. And when I first got my Toyota, everyone said a Toyota's a really good car. If you take care of it, it will take care of you. So I put that to the test in sort of an unexpected way. I was at the post office not too long ago. And I got to tell you, I was looking cute that day. I was feeling good and I was looking good. Problem came when I came out of the post office. I fell flat on my face. And I'm thinking to myself as I'm laying there, you got to get up. Because you just fell in front of a government building. Although right now I'm not sure that the government wants to own the post office. But that's a whole other thing, the UK people. You just fell in front of a government building. They got cameras here. and you don't want to be a meme or a meme or a GIF or a GIF or whatever these young kids are calling it. So as I'm contemplating all of this, a gentleman pulls up in his car, and he's every bit of 85 pounds. And he goes, "Oh my God, ma'am, can I help you?" And I'm looking at that guy, and I'm looking at me, and I've said, "No, sir, I honestly don't think you can. But what you can do is roll me over to that Toyota Camry, and I'm going to pull myself back up to safety." So that's how my Toyota Camry saved my life, is what I'm saying. Dating is different when you get older, too. Like, when you're young, you like someone because they're cute. You don't care too much about that as you get older. It's no longer about hugs and kisses. It's more about mergers and acquisitions, right? Let's just put your stuff together with my stuff. Anytime I get a laugh out of Jen Snyder, it's a good day. So let's put your stuff together with my stuff, and let's see what we can achieve together. And I'm at the point in my life where I really only want to date a guy who can answer these 3 questions for me. Do you have health insurance? What's your yearly deductible on that plan? And what is their policy on pre-existing conditions and slips and falls? Because I told you I fall a lot, And if a guy can't answer those questions for me, he's of no use to me. It's kind of like iceberg lettuce on a sandwich. It adds no nutritional value, and it's really just in the way, right? So I need some romaine in my life is basically what I'm saying. Not too long ago, I was on a talk show. I was a guest on a talk show, and one of the other guests on the show, she had written a book about body positivity and learning to accept your body. And I think that's such an important message for young women and girls, and for anyone really. And so her premise was, as opposed to bemoaning those things you don't like about your body, write a love letter to it. Like, for example, "Dear Pinky Toe, even though I stub you a lot, you balance me out, and you help. You're there for me." And I was like, "That's pretty cool. I can do that." So I'm thinking, where would I start? I got a lot of places I want to work on. So I got it. I'm like, "Dear Thighs, even though I like the way you make me look in certain pants, I'm a little weirded out by the fact that you keep touching each other. Regardless of how much I try to separate you, you just keep finding your way back to one another. I think it's creepy. I also think it's pretty rude that when I sit down, you double to twice your size. But I love you. Thank you." And then I thought about it. I thought, "Dear Chen, I admire that you like yourself so much that you made a clone of yourself, and now I have 2 of you. And while you make it super, super awkward for me to take pictures, you give me warmth when it's cold outside. So I love you and thank you." See, I think we can all do that. I'm gonna work on the one on my stomach, but that's gonna take a lot more time and a whole lot more wine. So I'll get back to you on that one. I have been on a pretty bad dating run recently. I went out with a guy who ordered extra alcohol in his drink, and I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm not a big drinker. And I'm thinking, is my conversation that bad? He needs extra alcohol to talk to me. And then he told me on that date that he had 1 testicle. And I said, "Sir, what's your end game here? I don't know what we're doing. I don't know why you think I need to know that." It's like a 3rd date type thing. So I don't know. We didn't go out again. But then I went out to the movies one time with a guy, and the lights went down, and he proceeded to pull out a bag of cocaine and snort it right there in the theater. Now, here's the thing. You would have thought I would have been offended by that. But I'm like, hey, to each his own, right? I was more taken aback by the fact that he didn't offer me any. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't want any, but I had shared my goobers earlier in the night, and that was a hardship on me. And I'm thinking, if that brother has a drug problem, he can get help for that. But not sharing your stuff, that's selfish. That's a character flaw. See, I can't work with that. Deidre, I can't do it, girl. I can't do it. And then I'm going to...
I hear you.
It's a Brooklyn thing. And I'm going to say something, and if you're watching at home and you're with this person, after I say it, I don't want you to look directly at them. Just keep looking at me, because we got a whole pond between us, and I can't come out there and save you. Ladies, you ever realize how unattractive a man becomes when you find out he's broke? Don't look at him if you're with him. Don't look at him. I don't even have a joke for that. It's more of an observation. So that's my time. My name is Tara Brown. I'm going to give a special shout out to my Aunt Joe who's watching me. I love you, Aunt Joe. And please, if you find me on social media, do so at Tara Brown Comedy. I saved you a question, David.
That's brilliant. Which social media is that? Which social media? Or is it all social media?
Okay. I'm going to Deidre's house later for drinks. What'd you say, David?
I was just going to say, so you said that on social media. Is that on Facebook,
Social
Twitter,
media.
Instagram? Any of them?
Yeah,
All of them?
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I need YouTube followers, subscribers. Tara Brown Comedy. David, thank you so much for having me. I really do appreciate
You're
it.
very welcome. I'll find you on YouTube. Okay, so thank you so much there, Tara. Let's find out who we have next. Next up, we're going to have Don. Oops, I've switched myself off the screen. There we go. Hello, Don. Right, the floor is now yours.
Don G.
Oh man, I don't know how I can follow my sister from another Miss Tara Brown, but I like to say hello to everybody that's watching, especially all my people in the UK, man. This is exciting, exciting time. So thank you, David, for the opportunity. I want to start off by telling you guys that my birthday's coming up. Yeah, yes. Thank you. I'll be turning 21 for the 10th year in a row. That's how I deal with it. That's how I like to think about it, you know. But living in my 20s versus my 30s is way different, man. You know, there's some things in my 20s that I did that I don't do anymore. You know, like in my 20s, my idea of like an expensive date would be going to like Ruth Chris, you know, or something like that. In my 30s, my idea of an expensive date is a trip to Target. And if we eat in that Pizza Hut, you know, and you get your own little personal pan pizza, it's no longer a date. Now we go together. We're an item now, okay? That pizza sales commitment, okay? I find that in my 30s, I mind my business different. You know, in my 20s, I used to want to find out what's the story, what's the scoop, you know, a little nosy and whatnot. That's dangerous. People get killed that way. In my 30s, I mind my business. Just the other day, I saw a parking lot collision. Two cars were backing out at the same time, hit each other. I'm coming out of the store. So both of them are like, you know what? You saw it. When the police get here, you can tell them what happened. And I said, okay. So the police get there and they walk up to me and they was like, what happened? And I was like,
What? Oh, I was quiet.
and the police were like, are you blind? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, well, how did you get here? I said, I got a dog. And they said, well, where is he at? I said, on the way back. I mind my business different, man. I do. Nobody's going to get me caught up in anything. I've even, in my 30s, you guys, I've even learned how to curse different, you know, how to tell people off, especially at my job. I've learned how to tell people off without getting in trouble. You know, in my 20s, I would have just let it ring out, you know, no matter what happened. In my 30s, I need what Tara was talking about earlier, insurance deductible. I need that. So I can't really jeopardize my job just telling people off. So now if I want to tell people off at work, I just use 4 simple words. Per my last email. That gets the job done each and every time, man. They get where I'm coming from, but I still remain, you know, professional. I will say, you know, people think that comedians make a lot of money doing this. We do it for the love because we really don't make a lot of money. It's to the point that, you know, regular, you know, people that don't do comedy, normal people, because we're all a little weird if we do comedy, right? Normal people, you know, they can go to the store and they can get nice things. You know, I'm in the grocery store the other day and I had a cart full of stuff. And this homeless guy walks down the aisle where I'm at. And he's like, hey, man, can I borrow $1? I was like, I don't have $1, man. And he looks at my cart and he looks at me and he says, well, how you going to get all that? And so I look at my cart and I look at him and I said, that's between God and my debit card. And they get out my face. I had to let him know, y'all. But it's to the point where, you know, like I said, normal people, man, they can get nice stuff, you know, like I can't get nice stuff, even down to like the cereals, you know, normal people get, you know, Rice Krispies. I got to get crispy rice, you know, and it's different, man, because like the mascots are different. You know, you got the mascots for Rice Krispies, Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Well, for crispy rice, the mascots are Stab, Crinkle, and I've never seen cereal have a mascot before, man. Like you guys get corn flakes, I get corn fritters, you know. You guys get Fruit Loops, I get Fruity Rings, you know. Mascot is Toucan Sam, I got Pelican Pam, his crackhead cousin. Like, you know what I'm saying. I can't get nice stuff, man. I cannot get nice stuff, man. Being a comedian,
being a comedian is hard. I actually, I did actually. I put on underwear for this performance because, you know, we've all been at home. We've been comfortable, a.k.a. free balling or whatnot. You know, I put on underwear for this performance because I didn't want to flip this table while I was doing jokes. And people, for some reason, think that, like, you know, all, like, black guys are, like, packing, and we're not. We're definitely not, you know. We're not. It's gotten to the point where, you know, sometimes if a fella sends a lady a picture of that area, and it's not what she expects, she'll text back and she's like, "Ooh, I'm allergic to shrimp." So that's a confidence killer right there. However, you know, that's why I feel in my heart of hearts that, you know, God made Caucasian ladies, because they are naturally just motivators. They make you feel better about everything. You know, it's like if you do that, if you do that in front of a, you know, Caucasian lady, and it's maybe not what she expects, she'll start. Okay. Let me get a large mocha latte. Hold on. Are we ordering? Because I thought Starbucks was coming into play. I was like, hold on. Let me send y'all my order real quick. My bad. I'm sorry. I like coffee a little bit too much. That's why I got a lot of energy, y'all. I'm moving like this. And I got to too because I'm burning calories. You know. As Tara was saying, you know, I also have had my run-in with the quarantine snacks, but it's okay though. You know, I've made myself feel a lot better about this body that I've inhabited over the last 4 months. So I'm what you call a chuff. And so everybody out there watching is probably wondering, like, "Hey, Don Garrett, what's a chuff?" And I'm glad to tell you all, Sugarfoots, thanks for asking. You see, everybody, a chuff is a man who's both chubby and buff. Chuff. You see what I did there? Thank you. It's like a compound now, you know. Hashtag it, you know, because, you know, all the ladies here in virtual land, I know all of you guys are hashtag Chuffy Chases. I know it, you know. You ladies love a man with a strong back, strong arms, and a strong chest, but in the middle, he's softer than a freshly popped Pop-Tart. For anybody that's interested or familiar with Pop-Tarts, I am s'mores flavored. You know, I am. So to all of my malnourished guys, aka skinny dudes, I just want to let you guys know your time is up. It's Chuffy season all year, baby, and trust me, we didn't get this way by accident. So we did not get this way by accident, you know. So what's gonna happen? All the skinny guys are gonna call their girlfriends. They're gonna text their girlfriends. They're not gonna get an answer. Why? That's because she's gonna be with me. And when a boyfriend gets home and looks through the window, he's gonna see a butt naked body in the fridge just looking for snacks. That's gonna be me, bro. Hashtag I chuffed your girl. That's what it was. I will tell you guys, man, you know, since the quarantine's been happening, I've been watching a lot more TV. I've been watching, you know, shows on like Hulu, you know, a lot of subscriptions and stuff. We get bored. And I watch TV shows a little bit differently now. Like, I don't know if you guys watch that show, This Is Us, but it's the most absolute depressing show in history. I started off having a good morning, right? I was having a good morning. I was smiling, drinking coffee and stuff. And then,
oh my God.
I was, I'm just going to go ahead and wrap up there. This is my time. I'm Don Garrett, y'all.
Thanks so much, Don. Thanks so much, Don. Stay there a moment. I need to apologise to you. Everyone's giving you a round of applause. We're really enjoying that. There was something going on, like a technical thing. It kept coming up about Tara is talking, and Tara sounded like she was having a great time. There was one bit where I think you had too hot coffee though, and I think you did a very nice save to bring that in.
No, that was Deirdre.
Okay, sorry about that.
It wasn't my sister Tara.
Okay, at the top it says Tara is talking.
Yeah, no. I laugh at comedy shows.
Oh, okay, brilliant. So, thanks so much, Don. Where can we find you on social media?
First and foremost, David, I really appreciate the opportunity, man. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Don Garrett Comedy. Also, Twitter, comedian Don G. And also, you can visit my website, dogcomedy.com.
Okay, thank you so much, Don. So, brilliant. Thank you. Really enjoyed that. Next up, Jen. Jen Snyder, you will be next. So,
yes.
If you can come back. Oops, sorry. just restarted your video. So, Jen, the floor will now be yours.
Hey,
Jen.
Tara, I just want to say for the record, I was laughing the whole time during your set. You too, John.
Let me tell you, when I saw that box light up in yellow, I was like, Jen Snyder's laughing at me. It's wonderful.
No, I'm here. I'm with you the whole time. I'm like, Jesus, girl, when you don't hear me, I'm hitting my ball.
I love you, sister.
I love y'all. I love y'all so much. I love Tara. We could not be more different people, but we're huge. I can't wait till we're famous. And, you know, she's coming to the Christian Shoulder Store, and I'm coming to the club, and the paparazzi see us hug, and they'll be like, what the fuck is that about? And they'll be like,
I'm kissing you right in the mouth.
That's my people. Way back from the salad days. It's so good to be doing shows. I appreciate you so much for having me on, David. COVID is weird, man. It's weird. I've got this weird haircut now that I like to call the genie. It's just a real lesbian thing I got going on. Even though I look the way I look, all butch, sexy and shit, straight people still love to hit on me, which I just think is so much fun. It happens with men, believe it or not. And they always say, they're like, hey, listen, I won't tell nobody. Like, I don't know enough about men to know that's a damn lie. Like, if a man bagged me, he'd have me on the wall, his man cave, talking about, yeah, that's a North American lesbo right there. Those are very rare. You can't just get those anywhere. Believe it or not, it happens to straight women, too. The first one is an ugly straight woman, and she's always like, if I was gay, oh, I'd be... And I'm thinking to myself, oh, girl, you would have to. The door, the dresser, the bed, whatever else I can shove in front of that damn thing, that's what you'd have to beat down to get to me, okay? Just because I like women don't mean I like you all. Just showing up would have done qualify you to ride this teeny tiny, adorable, fun-ass ride, okay? The other one, and I find it just upsetting, is the ugly straight girl, is the hot straight girl. I see y'all. Tara, Aaron, I see y'all. Yeah. Like, if you had a penis, I would absolutely sleep with you. And I'm like, girl, if I had a penis? Like, man, I got so full of them damn things, girl. Just reach in there and get you one. It's like a treasure chest at the dentist's office. It's at the end of my bed. Just reach around. It'll be a surprise for both of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't trifle me about shit that don't matter. I got penis, girl. I really hate people that do that. I really hate people that try to make you feel bad about shit that don't matter. I was in Portland, and this girl was like, oh, you're overweight. You must hate yourself. And I was like, no, I'm not fat because I hate me. I'm fat because I fucking love me, okay? I don't deny nothing. If me wants a blunt and a cupcake, me gets a blunt and a motherfucking cupcake. But you be sitting on my couch, y'all, just a licking and a smoking. Sometimes you lick the blunt and you smoke that damn cupcake. That's just the games that we play, people. It's so weird. This is a weird time to be single. It sucks so much. You need an apocalypse partner right now, I feel like. I'm from South Carolina. We all talk like Tiger King down here. I don't know if y'all got that in the UK. Yeah. South Carolina's like, we believe in Santa, but not stupid, so it's real weird here. But being single in my town is like like a puppy that just grows up in the pound. Like, people know my name, but then nobody takes me home. Like, wearing my a woman and everything. Don't feel bad for me. I live with my mom in a no-kill shelter. I'm gonna be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, one day they're gonna die, and I'm gonna inherit this shelter. You guys, I can't wait. I'm gonna give me a bedroom with a bathroom in it. So I'm looking forward to that. I do miss doing shows, but I don't miss the weird shit that people used to say to me after. One time, a lady walked up to me and she was like, "I just want to let you know, my daughter's best friend is transgender." Oh, cool, right? I'm just a lesbian in a bow tie, madam. I don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? When I was coming up, there was only 4 categories you could be. You could be straight, gay, lesbian, and like sometimes bi. It was like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, just everyone. But another thing that a woman said to me one time, a lady came up to me after a show and said, "I thought the whole time you was up there, you was wearing a woman's suit." Where the hell does one acquire a woman's suit? Okay? And more important, let's just say that there was a woman's suit place, all right? Let's just say there's a J.C. Penney woman's suit in some dude's basement. You can just go down there and just have your pick of any woman's suit you want. You can try out any woman's suit you wanted. Fat Butch Lesbo was the avatar that you checked out of the woman suit library. Get the hell out of my face. Why would you? No one. Don't say weird things to me after shows. I do love what I do. This is the greatest job in the world. Like, it is the most fun thing ever. And I kind of get to go across the country and dispel myths for people. Because I know when people see this package, they get real uptight. They're like, oof, there she is. She's one of them lesbian man haters. She hates the men. Y'all, fun fact about me, I was found in the wild by gay men and just raised as one of their own. I wear nice clothes, good cologne. I don't know shit about sports, and I can't picture a super outback bitch. I'm a bad lesbian. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. And more importantly, y'all, I'm from the South. I'm from the land of the Southern gentleman. I love men. The mating call of the Southern gentleman is, "Hey, you want a beer?" I'm like, y'all, I'm damn near falling for that side. Like, boo, what's going on? How are you? I like that Bass Pro hat. That's nice. Because it looks good. No, I love men because men have similar desires that I do. Like, women say crazy things. Like, I had this lady tell me one time, she was like, I have everything I need to survive in my purse. And I was like, girl, ain't no way that like a toothbrush, a corkscrew, and that extra pair of panties you keep for naughty night are going to get us through zombie apocalypse.
Naughty night.
Naughty night, right. Nobody's going to a thong and take that corkscrew and be like, yeah, I think this thing's going to protect me against any airborne agents. We're going to be all right. But, like, the things that men want make sense to me. Like, most men, it's their fantasy to have sex with two chicks at the same time till their wife or girlfriend brings me home. And then I feel like it's going to be, you know, because, like, most men are probably good men. Most men are probably like, look, baby, me and you, you know, I know it's my birthday, but fuck that. Me and you, we're a team, okay? So huddle up, teammate. This is what we're going to do. Daddy's going to stay here, okay? I'm going to set a little mood, all right? I'm going to light some candles. I'm going to put on a little Sade, because this ain't no ordinary love. You know what I'm talking about. I'm going to wear the red silk Deadpool boxers that you got me last year for Christmas. You thought I forgot about them, but I was just saving them for something special, baby. And now, this is what you do, teammate. You go out and you find you a woman that gets you hot, that gets you going. You bring her back to this house and we're going to have a night of magic. And that is dope, right? They're probably pumped. Tell your wife brings me home. Just kick in your bedroom door. Which one of you's first? Yeah, is it sir? You lay down face first on the bed. Don't you ever once make eye contact with me. I'm in charge tonight, daddy. Like, honestly, y'all, I'm a poor comedian. If any of you right now want to Venmo me, if you're in the UK, if you Venmo me a plane ticket and $50, I will come to your house tonight and ruin your husband or boyfriend's night. Never, ever ask you for that shit again, okay? Like, matter of fact, put a foot rub and an apology, just like, damn, baby, I'm sorry. I tried to suggest that. I limits of my love, and apparently it's a little butch bitch in my bedroom. That is the limit. That's right. I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. Yeah, last one here. Thank y'all so much for having me, Dave. I really appreciate it. I'll finish up with this one. I don't know if you can tell by looking at me or watching me, rant at your little face, or looking at me glisten like a honey bun that you left in the car on a hot day. But I'm a passionate person, and that means I sleep like a normal human being. Okay, I don't have a comforter on my bed. I just have a top sheet. I like to turn my phone. And then I cover up with the top sheet all the way, except for y'all. I like to stick just the tiniest little bit of my foot off the bed and outside of the sheet. Okay? That is the temperature that God intended us to live at. But here's the thing. Man, I can only enjoy it for like 45 seconds to a minute before I get terrified about the monster under my bed grabbing my foot. So I have to take it and put it back under the sheet where it's safe. And I really just don't know what's crazier a thought, you guys. Like, that there's a monster that lives under my bed, or that the sheet is somehow protecting me from his ass. You know? Every time the monster's coming out like, ooh, I'm going to eat some toast today. I'm going to eat some teeny tiny toast today. Bitch, is that cotton? Is that cotton? Damn you, Martha Stewart! I have teeny tiny baby monsters under that bed to feed toast to. What the hell am I supposed to tell them? Like, honestly, honestly, y'all, I feel like if you wanted to murder me, don't stab me, don't shoot me. You just need to break into my mom and dad's house. You just got to find the bedroom that's mine. It's the one that smells like weed and disappointment. Crawl up under my bed and be really quiet and really patient. Right before bedtime, I'm going to give you a little stretch where I stretch my foot out real good. Just ever so gently reach out and grab my fucking foot. Bitch, I'm going to die right there. You, my friend, are going to skip over my lifeless corpse and out the door to freedom. I don't think you'll ever be brought to justice because, honestly, I'm not positive what you've done is a crime. Johnson, this is our toughest case yet. I don't know what happened here. Came in, the victim was laid out like this. She was dead, but she was still trembling. We looked for clues, but there was nothing but blunts and cupcakes and dicks all over the room. I don't know what happened here. Y'all, I'm Jen Snyder. Thank you so much, Dave, for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jen. Brilliant stuff. Loved it. So, Jen, do you... Oh, you still there? No, yeah. Do you have any social media? Where can people find out more of you and your comedy?
Yeah, JenSnyderComedy.com, Jen Snyder on Facebook, and then Jester Jen on 13 on Insta and Twitter.
That's the one. Okay, brilliant. Thank you so much, Jen. And it's true. I'm very terrified of not being covered up at night. And I will tell you, it's a slightly different thing. I once wrote a screenplay, and I had a huge argument where someone said that if you're in a tent, now a tent is just material, they said you can't get stabbed in a tent. And I was like, what do you mean you can't get stabbed in a tent? And it's not a joke. This was what they genuinely said. They thought the tent would protect you. But anyway.
That's like safe. That's like base. No, I'm in the tent.
I know. I literally... In this conversation, we were at a table in a restaurant. I picked up a knife and I was just like, so if I was to stab this here, like we're in a tent, you say there is not enough room to stab some. But anyway, this is the actual story. So thank you so much, then.
Go camping. You absolutely must. I'm sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Jen. So next up, our last stand-up comic for tonight, we have Erin. Hello there. Yay! The floor is now yours.
Hi. So I'm pretty glad to be here. I live in Europe, and I do most of my shows in Frankfurt and in Luxembourg. And I usually start my shows by asking where everyone's from, and then they say a bunch of countries, and then I explain that I'm from America. So if everyone could stay after and tell me where those countries are, that would be great. We were in quarantine here for quite some time, and I feel like I actually learned a lot while I was in quarantine. The first thing that I learned is that any joke can be a coronavirus joke if you tell it to an empty room. Or if it makes someone sick.
Nice.
I also feel like I learned that I like my coronavirus like I like my men, not attracted to children. So we are still wearing masks here, and I'm actually really happy about it. I like wearing masks. My first favorite reason to wear a mask is so men can't see how pretty I am when I smile.
No.
Like, that's just for me now. Like, why does he get to see if my bitch face is at rest? My second favorite reason to wear a mask is if you drink a lot, the next day you can get a buzz by just rebreathing your breath. I know that there's still a chance I can die from coronavirus, and I'm cool with that because I want to die how I lived, like misunderstood by angry men on the internet. I have been trying to put my time while I was in quarantine to use, so I created a playlist for while I'm pooping. The first song on the playlist is Brown Eyed Girl. And the last song is Every Which Way But Loose.
Oh my God.
In full disclosure, I did change the name of my living room to Just Getting By Room because things got a little crazy here for a while. The longer I stayed inside, actually, the weirder that I got online. I started following the English language page of the police force in Rhineland-Pfalz, which is the state that I live in Germany. And they would release these press releases. And they released one that was about how they weren't going to run the trains to Denmark anymore because of the coronavirus. And I commented on the press release, the wane of Danes is mainly on the trains. And like 12 Germans emailed me to complain about the quality of that pun. And then they released a press release about how they had been testing our sewage during quarantine to see what drugs we were doing in lockdown. And they found really high levels of like amphetamine and cocaine. And I commented on that press release, that shit is dope. And then they muted me for 30 days. So this is pretty great. I really like this show, but this is not the best Zoom show that I've been on. The best Zoom show that I have been on had automatic subtitles, and they brought me on by saying, "Let's hear from Aaron's crotch." It made me feel like I could only do crotch-related jokes. So I have some. I'm such a good feminist that I'm having a period right now. It's actually less of a period than it is a semicolon, because every time I think it's over, there's a little bit more. That's fine though, because medium rare is actually my favorite way to have a vagina.
Oh, snap.
Oh, yeah. So I live in Germany. I moved here, and that's a real old person thing to do, because I traded a country with legal weed for one that has affordable health care. Also, yesterday, I said thank you for your concern instead of shut the fuck up. So I'm definitely an old person now. Everybody always asks me what it's like to live in Germany. And then I tell them about how this time I went to the movie theater and I was watching a movie and this woman came in 20 minutes late and she sat down beside me and said, "What happened before I got here?" And I was really surprised. So I was like, "Oh, I'll tell you at the end." And we watched the movie, and at the end, she was like, "Well."
Oh my gosh! Wow.
I did this show in Frankfurt, and a German man came up to me at the end, and he said, "I did not laugh even once, but I enjoyed your show very much." That's what it's like to live in Germany. There are good things about living here. I don't want you to get me wrong. One of the good things is that Germans are probably a lot easier to murder than Americans because they're alreat out in the woods. Like, you don't have to trick them to get them out there. And they can't fight you off with those little hiking sticks they got. One of the weird things about living in another country, though, is the bathrooms. Like, not just the regular bathrooms in people's houses, but especially the restaurant bathrooms. Because they have, like, the doors, you know, and you have to decide, like, what you are. Like, which bathroom are you going to go in? And they try to get really cute with the names and stuff. So you're looking at these and you're like, am I Mubs or am I Bubs? Right? Like, like, am I the acorn or am I the tree? And I was at this bathroom the other day in this restaurant, and I was looking at these doors, and I'm like, shit, you know, I guess I'm more of a bucket than I am a lightning bolt. But then I opened the doors, and that's when I realized that that restaurant had no bathrooms. So I am from the U.S. I'm actually from Alaska. And normally when I tell people that I'm from Alaska, what I learn is that me being from Alaska is a lot less interesting than how you've been thinking of going sometime. Or like how your aunt went there on a cruise once. I understand. Alaska's wasted on Alaskans. It's fine. But one thing that people usually don't think about when they think about Alaska is like how really big it is here. Like right in Germany, it's now like 10:30 at night. And in my hometown in Alaska, it's still 1994. I feel like I could have been bisexual if there had been another woman. Let's see, what else have I been doing when I've been in quarantine? I've been watching a lot of feminist porn.
What?
Feminist porn is just regular porn, but when the plumber shows up, it's a woman. and she's in a union. You know I watch feminist porn. You can see my bangs. I have to say, when I watch feminist porn, though, and whenever there's, like, orgies, I fast forward through the orgies. Like, orgies are just not relatable for me, because I learned in college that if there's a group project, I have to do all the work. I have been trying to read news and stuff and, not watch porn all the time. I've been trying to read stuff that's not about coronavirus. And so I've been reading about people who do stupid shit and then they die taking selfies. Have you seen those? Just like all those articles. We talk about that like that's a bad thing, but actually people died doing stupid shit for thousands of years, and we didn't used to get pictures. I've also been reading a lot of articles about gender reveal parties. Y'all know what those are? It's like, right? Somebody's pregnant, they got a cake, they cut the cake. If it's pink, it's this. If it's blue, it's that. And that's some bullshit, and we need to get rid of that. But what I really do support is the idea of giving test results by cake. I think that we need to do more of that. And I think that we need to start at the STD clinic. I think that when you go back in to retrieve the results for your STD test, you should be given a cake. And if you cut that cake and it's green, you have gonorrhea.
Oh.
And if you are not allowed to throw that cake away, then it's herpes.
Oh.
So I'm super excited to be on a show with a bunch of women. There's very few, actually, women comedians in my part of Germany. And a lot of times, being a woman in comedy here is like one of those optical illusions. Like where you look at it one way and it's an old woman, and you look at it the other way and it's a young woman, and a booker looks at it and says, 2 women? They're not both getting on this show. Yeah. I'm not going to say that my life was all that great before lockdown either. Like, I did do this show a couple months back, and I went up after this guy who was terrible. And when I went outside, he was my Uber driver.
Oh.
My life basically is not that great because I'm a middle-aged woman who does not like candles. I kind of feel like if I'm going to spend money on something that I burn up, it should probably be drugs. Or ice cream brulee. I do get a lot of candles, though. I get a lot of journals, too, as gifts. You're right. People love to give middle-aged women journals. A journal is an empty book that you have to write by yourself. That's like saying I got you a massage, but it's your own hands. Just keep rubbing. So thank you so much for the time. It's been great to be here. Thanks.
Thank you so much there. Whoa, okay. Oh, haven't got myself... there we go. Gallery view, and I'm back. That was wonderful. So, Erin, so you're in Germany right now, but where are you originally from?
I'm from Alaska.
Alaska. Amazing. I was in Alaska last year, actually, that happens. Which part of Alaska?
You want to tell me about it?
Can do. Which part of Alaska are you from?
I'm from Fairbanks.
Okay, I went to Juneau. Okay, is there anywhere anyone can find you on social media?
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook at ha 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 boohoo. And you can find me on Instagram at Erin_ha ha ha boohoo.
Okay. Right. Okay. Thank you so much, Erin. And so I will just take that off there. So we want to thank you there, Erin. I want to thank all of our performers this evening. I want to thank all of the guest acts we had. Earlier on, we had the Historyonics. Before that, we had the brothers Jacokes. And then we've had our stand-up showcase this evening. We're going to have some more stand-up comedy tomorrow and on some other days in the month. I forget off the top of my head because we've got such a packed festival. Tomorrow, though, we've got our busiest day. We've got Improv Chattanooga. We've got Screenplay. We have the Electric Head. We have They Don't Know the Half of It. We have Binge Watch. Gosh, what else do we have? We've got our workshop followed by our storytelling showcase from Christiane Brew. So there's still a few places left if anyone wants to jump on there last minute. But for me now, as this festival, I'm going to wish you all a good night. Stay safe, stay laughing, and stay extremed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, David.
And bye for
Thank
now.
you so much, David.
Okay,
Bye.
you're very welcome,
Bye,
guys.
everybody. Great job.
Okay.